I'm taking a walk in Yuma, Arizona to take my mind off of quiet quitting and what's going on at work. And I see a nice warm fuzzy feeling. So this car is parked in 2 spaces. Now I'm not mad actually, because there's a reason that I used to park like that. I was working on my PhD. Actually, it might have been in college as well. I just started learning to drive. And I would often have a hard time finding my car in the parking lot. And I discovered that if I park in a weird way, like parking in 2 spaces, the car would stick out. Sometimes, depending on where I was, I even parked out in traffic. If I was going to make a quick run and I knew the place was in a small town and not too many cars would be around, that way I would know where my car was. And unfortunately, I got a lot of angry remarks over the months of doing that. People would leave angry notes on my car. They would spray shaving cream on the door handles. I had all sorts of nonsense. But I had a bad experience. I would park normally. I couldn't find my car. I would be late for meetings. I had too many bad experiences like that. But then one time, somebody really did some damage to my car, and I stopped doing that. I realized that I was really being an asshole doing that. But I was late to get to a meeting with my professor, and he was really upset one time, and that's what inspired me to do that at the beginning. Now, to give you an idea of how frustrated I am at work with not having, well, I don't have time to eat properly. I haven't had a proper dinner for who knows how long, no weekends. But the students really love me. I work at a tutoring center, which is what makes it all the more frustrating, right? I don't know what to think about it. The students tell me how much they love working with me, how they're willing to give up their Christmas vacation to come. Yet at the same time, I don't have time for a meal, time for a break. And so earlier, as I'm walking in Yuma, I hear somebody really sick, coughing their guts out. I'm like, oh great, I need to catch that, whatever virus they have. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Only a few seconds later do I jump out of that. It just goes to show how toxic our culture is if it encourages people to think like that, right? I bet I'm not the only person who thinks like that. That's probably why we have the most cases around the world, right? Or at least in the developed world, right? Too many people almost think of it as a blessing in disguise. All right. Some random thoughts here in Yuma, and I'll have to rethink about the quiet quit.